All right, here is the final finished product, and as you may have seen, the one we had before had like a plywood in there and kind of a dirty plywood in here as steps. So what we did is we put in composite and a white riser, and this is how the final product looks like. So it's kind of neat. I mean, if I can do it, you guys can do it as well. But one word of advice: make sure you cut them nice and clean. Take your own time. Measure twice, cut once. Measure twice, cut once. And also get in. When you go to the store, Lowe's or Home Depot, make sure you buy at least 2 boxes or even 3 boxes of these screws, 2.5-inch screws. I did 2.5. I mean, you guys can use 2 inches as well. That should work. The one thing we struggled, like I was saying, when we were taking out the plywood in here, was because everything was under here tucked in. So to take them out, we had to take the trim out and the jamb and the threshold, and that was a bit of a struggle. So make sure you have ample time. And I think overall, let's see how many these are like these composite decking we may have gotten. They're like 8 foot long, and we may have got let's see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 15 and 16. I think we got 16 or 17 of them. So that's pretty much. So I think one thing we got to make sure is if you think about it, when you get this, measure this distance all the way down there. So if it's like, this is like a 6 feet, then this is like 4 feet, you might as well get a 10-footer. So that way you would save the composite decking material. So my mistake was I got the 8-footer. So this was about 6 feet wide, and it won't be enough for this because I only had 2 feet. So I had to cut an extra new composite decking material. So if you bought like 10 or 12 feet, one length, the 8 foot would cost $22. If you bought like a 12 foot, it would cost you $33. If you do the math, that would work out better, and you would use less of the composite decking material. But I had to use more because part of the problem is I don't have a truck like anybody else. I just have an SUV. So the only thing I could fit in was either 8 foot or 10 foot. But unfortunately, I didn't have the 10 foot long composite decking material in the store. So the only choice I had was like an 8-footer or the 12-footer. So 12-footer definitely I cannot fit in. So it was no use. That was $33, whereas the 8-footer was $22. So I had to go buy 8-foot decking material. So my word of advice, take it with a grain of salt. If you want to buy a longer one, 16-foot, be my guest. That will save you even more. But I just would get away. Overall, I think the project took me about like 3 days. I started about like 6:30 or 7ish in the evening after work, after dinner. Spent like 3 hours or 4 hours every night. So I finished it last night, and obviously some of the toughest things I thought was getting these even, and I also wanted some kind of a nose here. If you see here, I can stick my finger in. It's not like exactly at the riser, so it just sticks a bit out, and you could still use the riser, the same material, but I felt I would use a white decking material, so that will look much better. This might be just a regular board, like a white stair board or material. You can do or get away with it using the same decking material. So this is the finished product. I feel so proud of it. It looks much nicer. If you look what we had before and to what we had now, this come out really well, and I'm sure this is gonna last us quite a few years from now. And I'm so happy we did this, and it's a cost-effective project. And I think the nails, I might have used 2 boxes of nails. I might need one more. That's like $10 or $9 each. So let's just say $10, so $30 total. And the decking material, like I said, $22 each. So I might have, even if I bought 15 of them, you do the math. So 22 times 10 is 220. plus another 110, I think, right? So 220 plus 110, that will be 330 or whatever. 330 plus another $30 for the nails, that's 360. And what else? And these I used the PVC trim material, so it looks nice. And this is a bit expensive because that lasts long, it won't rot, you don't need to paint. And that was like $40 a piece, so I might have bought like 3, so that's like another 120. So all in all, I would say roughly like $400, or less. Even get away with even lesser than $400. If you bought a longer decking material than the 8-footer, I'll save you some money right there. So pretty much, if you had gotten this done by somebody else, I don't know how much they would charge me, but it's overall nice little project and fun project, I would say, and not too of course you got to put manpower, you got to put in some hours to do this, but if I can do it, you can do it too. At the end of the day, I feel good about it, and it's a good memory we built together, me and my wife. So it's a nice thing, and kids love it and we love it. So I hope the guests will love it too when they come in, if they come in through the garage door or whatever. So the next project I'm gonna do is lookout, and obviously you can still paint this, or you can leave the way it is. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stain this a bit to like a walnut or like an American chestnut, so that should be nice looking. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this. The next project would be, I'm gonna put the shelves on the wall there to use up the space, so that I can take away all that junk out of there. So if I get a third car here or a second car, I might as well use the space. But right now, as you see, it's a mess because we have to move stuff. That space will all go away, will all be put in the ceiling right there, all around the corners on the top, because that's kind of a wasted space. So I'm gonna build those what do you call, like a cabinets or a storage space. So keep an eye out. So we'll walk you through the projects, and also check out my unboxing tools and unboxing gadgets. I'll be doing more of these videos. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. Take care. Cheers.